Hello, guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. How's it going? Hopefully, you guys have had a good week, and we are here for another football weekend with a big game to kick off the weekend. Manchester City v Arsenal in the FA Cup fourth round. So, hopefully, this is going to be a cracking game, guys. Game has just kicked off with Arsenal in possession at the moment. So, yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Be great to hear from you guys. I want to hear your thoughts on this game and any of the other games that are coming this weekend. Loads of football coming up this weekend. So, hopefully, you guys are looking forward to it and we can enjoy another fantastic weekend of football. We do have we do have another game we'll be keeping an eye on tonight in the Scottish Championship, Cove Rangers v Ayr United, which kicked off 15 minutes ago. It's still 0-0 in that game, so we'll keep you posted. Just to let you guys know, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to add the game, the team news. So just bear with me a second, guys. But yeah, like I said, please do drop your comments in. I'll come to the comments in a second, guys. There we go. Should be able to see it. There we go, guys. So Man City, obviously, as you can see, going with a 4-5-1 formation, and Arsenal with a 4-3-3 formation. Should be an interesting game, guys. We're just a minute and a half into it, and we've got already a free kick for Arsenal. Long ball up the field towards the Man City goal, but Man City have picked up possession deep inside their own half, and now look to move back up. Excuse me, guys. Look to move back up the field on this near side. So let's see who we've got in the chat. I want to hear from you guys tonight. Like I say, lots of football coming this weekend. Another fantastic weekend of football. So if you guys let me know what what you think the score will be tonight. Score predictions, obviously, cup game. And as we've been saying for the last few cup games, guys, we want you guys to enjoy these cup games with us. So we want you to give a score prediction with your heart and your head. So that means two predictions, one with your heart, which is what you hope it'll be, and obviously one with your head, what your football knowledge tells you it will be. So yeah. But also, guys, let us know which club your team is playing this season. This weekend. Let's see who's in the chat. Aaron Hart, welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Aaron saying, hi, guys, mate. How you doing? I'm good, thanks, mate. Great to have you with us. Always a pleasure to have you involved, mate. How's things with you? Hopefully you doing okay. And looking forward to this one. Obviously, Aaron, a massive Man United fan, so I'm presuming he may be wanting an Arsenal win tonight. So let us know, Aaron, if that is the case. Maybe he's not too bothered with it being a cup game. I'm not sure. But you would have thought, being a Man United fan, he would probably be wanting the local rivals to get some humble pie. So, yeah, like I say, Aaron, great to have you with us, mate. Let us know your thoughts for the score prediction, and obviously whether you would, are you watching this one as a neutral, or whether you're hoping City get a defeat. And also, mate, do let us know who both of your teams are playing. I've not had a chance to look at all the fixtures for this weekend just yet, because I've been busy working. But I'm sure there's going to be some interesting fixtures over the weekend. I'll be looking at that later after the stream. But yeah, as I say, Aaron, a massive Man United fan, and also Dundee United fan as well. So if you can, mate, let us know who United and both United, Man United and Dundee United have got this weekend, mate. Thanks for that, Aaron. Stevie Allen, evening, guys. How's it going, Stevie? Thank you very much for getting involved in the chat. Obviously, Stevie doing all the hard work behind the scenes to keep the chat positive. Arsenal are currently on the attack with a shot coming in just from inside the box on that far side. And a beautiful shot that, but the keeper equal to it, keeping it out. And the ball just bobbling about at the moment. inside, inside the Man City half, just in front of goal, and Arsenal looking to try and pressure Man City early on. Thanks for that, Stevie. Stevie also saying hello to Aaron. Nice one, Stevie. Obviously, top man. I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot, mate. Always appreciated you guys making the effort to welcome each other to the show. So thanks for that, mate. Aaron saying hi, Stevie, mate. How are you doing? How are you? Long time no see. Yeah, obviously, I think Aaron might have been busy with studies and stuff like that. So I'm presuming maybe that's calmed down a little bit, but I know some of you guys have got, obviously, for speaking to some other fans involved in the fandom community, I know that some of you guys have been having mock exams this month, so I'm not sure if that's the case exactly for Aaron, but I do know I spoke to you a while back, and I think you did mention something about having some preparation for exams. But yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, Aaron. Great to have you with us, like I say, mate. Stevie Allen, I know, mate, doing good, thank you. So obviously you guys catching up a little bit amongst yourselves. Aaron, I'm doing great, mate. Thank you. Awesome. That's good to hear, mate. Glad to hear things are good with you. Like I say, do please let us know what's happening with your clubs this weekend, and obviously your thoughts on this game as well, mate. 6.5 minutes in, guys, and it's still 0-0. We got a free kick on that far side for Man City as they restart the game midway inside their own half of the pitch. And now move the ball out to this near side and look to get some momentum, but it's gone up, out for a throw-in to Manchester City. Thanks for that, Aaron. Minimo, welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Always a pleasure. I asked you the other day about. I'm sure I'm going to want to write it down. Mate. So it is Hibs, your club, in it, if I'm remembering rightly, mate. But yeah, welcome to the show, Minimo. Great to have you with us, mate. And if you could just let me know if that is. I want to, obviously, like I said before, I want to get to know you guys, not just as fans and part of the fandom community, but also as mates as well. So want to try and start remembering as many of you guys, the clubs that you support. So yeah, Minimo, if you could just let me know. It is Hibs. I'm sure you told me it was Hibs that you support. So if you could just let me know that, mate. And also, score prediction for this game. Be great to hear from you with regards to that as well, mate. But thank you very much for coming, getting involved, and welcome to the show. Stevie Allen, good to hear, Aaron. Absolutely, definitely good to hear things good with you, mate. And thanks for that, Stevie. Stevie also welcoming Minimo to the chat. Hello, Minimo. That's a good question. I'm going for two. For two, Stevie, what for 2-0 is that? Is that meant to be 2-0? And if it is 2-0 to who? Who are you going for, Stevie? Let us know if you could, mate. 2-0 to Arsenal, 2-0 to Man City. Or if you're referring to something else, I'm confused with the comment, mate. So if you could let me know, please. Arsenal currently in possession, deep inside their own half after just avoiding goal-scoring opportunity for Man City there. We've now got a stoppage in the middle of the park for a foul on an Arsenal player. So we'll come back to the game in a second. Aaron is saying, I'm sure it will be a brilliant game, mate. I'll be watching this game while watching you, mate. Thank you very much, Aaron. Top man. Appreciate that. Like I say, always a pleasure to have you guys involved. Like I say, we are starting to build a positive fan community now, getting a few more fans involved. And obviously, I want you guys to feel very much a part of what we're doing with the Fandom project. So, yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for that, Aaron. And it's great to see you back in the chat, mate. Obviously, like I say, I'm presuming that maybe you've been busy with studies and stuff like that, mate. But, yeah, thank you very much. Aaron also saying, yeah, mate, Dundee United are playing Celtic at home. I'm going, yes, they are. Yes, sorry. Yeah, that's on Sunday, innit, I think. Because I'm I'm sure that's on Sunday. I did look ahead a little bit, but like I said, just guys, just the games blur into one another at the minute with so much that I'm trying to do. But yeah, I'm sure that's Sunday's game because I'm planning. I'm sure that's the one I was planning to try and live stream this weekend on Sunday. And then after that, we've got some counter-attack fixtures as well. So yeah, thanks for that, Aaron. But Aaron saying, yeah, yeah, mate, Dundee United are playing Celtic at home. I'm going, mate. Very excited. A hard game, though, mate. Yeah, well, obviously, if it's at your ground, mate, it gives you a great opportunity. And I've got to be honest, I've nothing against Celtic, but I love to see you guys win against them. I really would. No offense to Celtic fans, but Celtic, they dominate too much in Scotland, and I love to see the other clubs give them a good piece of a nice large piece of humble pie. So I'll hope you guys have got the best silverware out this weekend to serve them that humble pie, mate. Ball out on the far side, but Arsenal take the throw in now, back in possession with the goalkeeper at the back as he kicks the ball out to this near side. Now Arsenal trying to get some momentum building down this near side wing, but Stones has managed to knock the ball out for a throw-in. And that was the strangest throw-in I've ever seen because the Arsenal player took it from behind the dugout there. So, yeah. But like I say, yeah, absolutely, Aaron. Like I say, we'll have my fingers crossed for you guys getting a victory in that game this weekend, mate. Stevie Allen, that's a tough game for you, Aaron. Hope you get a win. Absolutely. Honest. Like I say, most of the time, as you guys know, try to be neutral as much as possible. But in Scotland, I'm sorry, but I've got to have a little bit of opinion on the results. And like I say, for me, Celtic just dominate too much. And the reason I'm not happy about them dominating so much is because they dominate in Scotland and then put in poor performances in Europe and let Scotland down. They claim to be the biggest and best team in Scotland, but yet they put in pitiful performances in Europe. So for me, Celtic definitely in need of a massive piece of humble pie, and I'm hoping that Dundee United serve that up on the best silver. Obviously, just a bit of banter, guys. Just a bit of banter. Man City currently in possession, midway inside their own half. They're just slowing the game down a bit at the minute. The ball with Stones at the back as they move the ball out to this near side. Not much to report in respect of goal malfunction at the moment. We've had one bit of an opportunity early on for Arsenal, but other than that, not much to report. Just coming up to 13 minutes in, guys, still 0-0. If you just join us, guys, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. We are not a club channel, we're very much a fan channel, and we want you guys to feel a part of it. We've got big ideas and big ambitions for the future of this channel. So if you really care about the future of football and you're a passionate football fan, this is the channel for you. But yeah, absolutely, Stevie, that is a tough one, mate. Tough one. Aaron saying, I have been it's all calmed down. My mock exams are done, mate. So I'm free to come in the streams. Also been busy with Lionel Thompson. Lionel Thompson, I'm a channel host. I'm a channel host and a group ambassador for his Instagram group chat. Yeah, well, thank you very much for letting me know that, mate. That's a bit of interesting news already. I had a funny feeling he was copying ideas from me, but thanks for that, Aaron. And hopefully you guys, that goes well for you guys. Not thrilled about the idea of another YouTuber copying ideas off me, but I know it's going to come, and that's why I keep some of my ideas close to my chest until we're ready to try them out properly on the channel. But yeah, like I say, wish you guys the best of luck with that. Hope it goes well. Mini Mo is saying, I'm off to the El Sacchio at Easter Road, Aaron. Obviously, I'm going to take that, Mini Mo, as the confirmation that you are a Hibs fan. I've asked you a couple of times, mate, now, but you don't seem to be giving me an answer. But yeah, obviously, if you're off to Easter Road, that's obviously Hibernian's ground. And I'm not sure. I can't remember who you guys playing this weekend. Let us know if you're still there, mate. It'd be great to know who you guys are playing. In fact, I'll just have a quick look, to be honest. Let's have a quick look. Not much to report at the minute, guys. 15 minutes in. The ball at the minute with Man City. The goalkeeper for Man City, sorry. Scottish Premiership. Hibernian have Aberdeen. Oh, that's a tasty fixture, that. So yeah, that's not going to be an easy game. But then again, I don't know, Aaron. To be fair, mate, Hibernian, yeah, Aberdeen are kind of a bit of an unpredictable team, aren't they? You can either roll over and just get beat, or they can put up a real fight. So very unpredictable fixture, that, mate. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good game there and enjoy it. Thanks for that, Minimo. Aaron is saying that's good, Minimo, mate. That should be a good game. Hopefully your team wins, mate. Yeah, like I say, obviously, definitely a tasty fixture, that one, definitely. So yeah, it should be a most enjoyable. Is it 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock kickoff, that as well? Yeah, 3 o'clock kickoff. So yeah, like I say, hopefully you guys will have a good game and get a positive result. Aaron's saying, yeah, mate, I'm hoping to win as well, but last time we. Oh, sorry, guys, just lost my earphone. Sorry about that, guys. Got new earphones, and they don't seem to be seem to be sitting in my ear as well as the old ones. But the old ones used to die very quickly. Batteries didn't last long enough. Literally, just start dying in the last 15 minutes of the game. But these new ones last a lot better. But they just don't seem to be sitting comfortably in my ear. Sorry about that. Aaron saying, yeah, mate, I'm hoping to win as well. But last time we faced Celtic at home, we got beat 9-0. So I'm not so hopeful. Well, you could be hopeful, mate. You could be hopeful. Always be positive until kickoff. You never know. Maybe Celtic might come to your place and underestimate your possibilities of getting a result. So hopefully you guys will get a positive result in that. Should be a cracker. Minimo, I feel sorry for the officials on the touchline between both managers. Yeah, obviously both. I don't know, to be honest. I think we see a lot more passion from Arteta than we do sometimes from from Guardiola. But obviously Guardiola does have his moments. But yeah, that's a good point, that, mate. Thanks for that, Minimo. Joey, evening, mate. Great to have you with us. Always a pleasure. Joey saying evening all. Thanks for that, Joey. Like I say, always great to see you guys making the effort with each other, as well as saying hello to me. So top man, Joey, appreciated. Not much to report in a minute, guys. Just the game started off quite well, but it slowed down a bit in the last 5 minutes. Just turn that down a bit because it sounds like it's blurring in my ear. But yeah, like I say, the game slowed down a little bit at the minute from how it started. And at the moment, the ball is with the Man City goalkeeper as Man City look to build from the back. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Like I say, mate, great to have you with us. Stevie Allen. Hi, Joey, top man. Thanks, Stevie. Kieran Williams. How's everyone then? Welcome to the show, Kieran. Great to have you with us, mate. Always a pleasure. And yeah, I'm good. Thanks, mate. Hopefully you're doing good. Don't forget, guys, drop your score predictions in before we get too deep into the game. We're just 19 minutes in, so I want to hear your thoughts on score predictions, as well as let me know who your team are playing this weekend. And like I say, what your thoughts are on your team's possibilities as well. But thank you very much for that, Kieran. Great to have you with us, mate. Minimo saying, evening, Joey. Who are you going for tonight? Nice one, Minimo. Yeah, obviously we want to hear your thoughts from you guys with regards to score predictions. it's good opportunity for you guys to get some practice because we'll probably be doing some kind of competition with score predictions in the future at some point. So it's a good opportunity for you guys to use these streams at the minute, these match watch alongs as we go around the grounds. But yeah, like I say, good to get some practice in with regards to score predictions for the future. So thanks for that, Minimo. Stevie Allen. Hi, Kieran. Hope you're well. Thanks for that, Stevie. Absolutely, definitely. Hope all you guys are doing good. Joey's saying, hi, Minimo. Tough one to call, but we'll go for City win as home fixture. Yeah, that's a fair shout, but obviously Arsenal definitely with full of confidence at the minute, and they've just had a shot, and it's saved by the goalkeeper, knocked away. City now trying to come away with the ball, but they've lost it on this near side. Deep in possession on this near side, just passing it back towards their defenders. And switching the play to the opposite side, obviously probing Man City's defence. But yeah, absolutely, Joey. Definitely a tough one to call. It's going to be should be a tight game. But you never know. These two teams both capable of beating each other. It just depends who gets the momentum. And let's hope we don't have no interference tonight from the referee spoiling the rhythm of the game, but it's going quite well early on. Not too many stoppages, and up to now we've only really had two decent opportunities, and they both come from Arsenal. So, but as we know, I think I can't remember which fixture it was. Man City went behind. Or what was it? Oh, it's Tottenham won it the other week. They went behind. I think it was 2-0 to Tottenham, and then came back firing on all cylinders. So yeah, thank you very much for that, Ethan. Joey. Ethan Dixon, hi. How's it going, Ethan? Great to have you with us, mate. Let us know score prediction for today, and who are Preston playing this weekend? I know you guys got a good win the other week, so presuming I'm not sure if you guys have got a fixture this weekend, but if you have, mate, let me know. Man City currently in possession on the halfway line. Just inside their own half as they pass back to their defenders. But like I say, not much to report with regards to goal mouth action at the minute from City point of view. Joey's saying, hi, Ethan, how are you doing? Nice one, Joey. Appreciate that, mate. Ethan Dixon, good, thanks, Joey. Awesome. Awesome, like I say, great to see you guys making the effort to welcome each other and be positive. Absolutely. Arsenal currently in possession on this near side, and it's now gone out on this just in front of the dugout for a throw-in to Arsenal. Joey's saying, jolly good, mate. Awesome. Come on, we need some goal mouth action here, don't we, guys? 23 and a half minutes gone, still 0-0. Kieran Tierney to take the throw-in for Arsenal, just level with the goal box of City. Kieran Williams off to pub now. Just popped in to see you next stream. Thank you very much, Kieran. Appreciate you dropping in, mate. Hopefully you have a pleasant evening, and really appreciate you coming, getting involved, mate. And like I said, hope you have a nice evening and enjoy a few pints with your pals or family, whoever it is you're going with, mate. So yeah, thank you very much, Kieran. Appreciate you coming, dropping in, mate. Thank you. Ethan Dixon, I say Arsenal because they have been doing well in the Premier League. Yeah, absolutely. It's a good shout, that, Ethan. It's Arsenal definitely in a positive frame of mind at the moment, and with the momentum. Ethan Dixon, Spurs. Spurs. Right, Spurs is who you guys play. in the. Is that an FA Cup fixture? Yeah, it's got to be on it because. Yeah, that's it. Well, at least you got them at your place, mate. That's the main thing. You got them at your place, so that gives you a potential fighting chance. So yeah, thanks for that, mate. Joey's saying, "How have a good night, Kieran." Nice one, Joey. Yeah, absolutely. Kieran, hope you have a great night, mate, and enjoy the pint. And nice one, Joey. Appreciate the positivity, mate. 25 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. Ball out on the far side, and it's gone out for a throw into City. Attempts on goal at the minute, 3 apiece. On target, 2 for 2 each. I think that said then. But I've not seen much. The 2 opportunities for Arsenal were clear cut, but I wouldn't say they were clear cut for Manchester City. Arsenal now on the attack down this. Sorry, as they take the ball out to this near side and now just passing it amongst themselves, looking to try and create some space to open up Manchester City. City with men back behind the wall. Back behind the ball, not the wall. Sorry, behind the ball, and the ball has now gone out behind for a goal kick to City. So City with a throw in on this near side. You can see both Guardiola and Arteta trying to give instructions to their players on the touchline. That's a poor throw in. The throw weren't poor. It was the control by the player that it was thrown to. He's just kicked it straight out again for another throw in now to Arsenal. Ethan saying, "Who do Bolton play this weekend?" Do you know what, mate? Actually, I am not sure because I've, like I say, I've been so busy this week working. I've not even had a chance to properly look at the fixtures. Yeah, that's it. I remember now. Yeah, sorry, I did know. I'd just forgotten. It's Charlton Athletic. We've got this weekend. So yeah, that's going to be a tough one because it's an away game as well. So I'm not feeling very positive about that fixture. To be fair, Bolton, when they play stronger teams at the minute away from home, not always showing their best form, as we found out the other week against Derby. But you never know. Always the outside chance. But it will be a tough ask to go down to the capital and get a result against Charlton. But hopefully the players have been given some serious team talk before that fixture after the disappointment of the performance against Derby a couple of weeks back. City in possession at the moment as they look to move the ball up the field, and now long ball forward. And now Arsenal in possession. We've got a stoppage. The referees stop the ball. Stop the game for a player down on this near side. I think it's Haaland actually. Yeah, Haaland with a bit of a coming together. I don't think it was intentional, but he took a bit of an elbow to the head. Both players trying to give themselves a bit of leverage there for the challenge, and it's Haaland that's come the worst off. So we just got a stoppage at the minute, guys, while the medical team are on the pitch checking that Haaland is okay. Hopefully, it's not going to be too serious, but it is a knock to the head. So obviously, the medical staff and medical teams are always very cautious these days with stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for that, Ethan. Stevie Allen saying, please hit that like button. Absolutely. Thanks for that, Stevie. Yeah, please, guys, do hit that like button. It'd be appreciated. Um, Mini Mo done, Stevie. Top man. Thanks for that, Mini Mo. Appreciated. Absolutely. All you guys. And also Joey. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate that. Like I said, I don't really like, as I'm sure you guys know, I don't like keep mentioning it all the time about the hitting the like button, but unfortunately, it is an important part of YouTube. So I've been told it can help with the algorithm. So yeah, obviously we're not a big YouTube channel yet. So you guys hitting that like button, showing support is really appreciated because it just can help us hopefully get a little bit more visibility on YouTube. Won't do anything dramatic at the moment because we haven't got obviously the numbers that some of the bigger channels have got. But as we keep building, we'll be patient, we'll wait, and it'll come. But thank you very much, guys, for that. Really do appreciate it. I know it's annoying, probably keep hearing it being mentioned. I do try to keep it to a minimum. I know a lot of other YouTubers mention it a lot through their streams, but I do try to keep it to a minimum. But like I say, it is an important part of YouTube, unfortunately. But thank you very much for that, guys. Massively appreciated. Stevie also saying thanks and appreciate you reminding the guys, Stevie. But I'm sure the likes of Minimo and Joey, who come getting involved quite regular, do hit that like button without us even mentioning it. So thank you very much, guys. Really do appreciate the support. 31 minutes gone, guys. The game has now restarted. So Haaland back on his feet. Seems to be all right. Doesn't seem to be having any after effects of that. Maybe just the initial shock of the elbow to the head. Just, maybe just stunned him a little bit. As we keep being told in football now, a lot more awareness being made of head injuries and knocks to the head and how serious it can be for concussion and stuff like that. Arsenal now with a throwing down this near side and now looking to try and get the ball in the box, but they've lost possession and City get it back. Now looking to build again from the back. I feel like I'm sitting miles away from this microphone. Hassan Blyde is saying face purple crying. I don't understand. I don't understand that comment, mate. But welcome to the show. Always great to have new fans involved. But yeah, sorry, mate. You need to be a bit more clear what your point is there. I don't understand your comment. But like I say, welcome to Fanden. Joey's saying we have Brighton on Sunday. Yes, that's half past. Is it half? Yeah, half four kickoff. I think, isn't it? For Liverpool on Sunday. No, it's not. It's half one kickoff. I'm getting confused with the Wrexham Sheffield game, which is a half four kickoff. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Joe. Appreciate it. Let me know, mate. Tricky game for you guys, that actually, isn't it? Because your last time you went down there, you guys had a little bit of a tough time with the results. So I'm presuming that Liverpool be wanting a little bit of payback in that fixture. Joey, half one at Brighton. Yeah, like I said, mate, I'm sure you guys will be wanting some a bit of revenge from the previous fixture. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Joey. Arsenal currently with a throw in on this near side. Long ball down the field from the throw in. And now we've got a free. Not. I thought it was going to be a free kick opportunity, but no, it looks like the referee's blown for a handball there. So City with a free kick deep inside their own half of the pitch. Now the ball's back with the keeper to take that. No, yeah, City now moved the ball out to that far side, right on the edge of the pitch, and look to get going up the pitch and running, coming inside. Looking to find Haaland, but it's cut out by the Arsenal defence, and now Arsenal knocked the ball out on the far side, level with the halfway line. 35 and a half minutes gone, guys. Oh, we got a stoppage here for coming together of players on the far side there. The referee stopped the game. Didn't look to be a lot in that, to be fair, guys, but De Bruyne ended up on the ground, and also I think that was Saka as well ended up on the ground. There was like two challenges at once. You guys know how quick the ball can move between the teams. Arsenal now in possession at the back, deep inside their own half, as they look to try and move up the field. But long ball forward up to the halfway line, and it's cut out by City, but lost again. City lose the possession, and it's Arsenal back in possession. We're just seeing this at the minute, guys. Not much to say at the minute. The ball is literally just switching between the two teams. Neither team managing to get any amount of serious possession consistently. Arsenal currently in possession on the far side as they switch the play out to this near side and now a cross into the box, but too much pace on the ball, and it's gone out on the far side for a throw into City. Or no, sorry, it's gone behind. I thought I'd actually gone out on the for a throw-in, but no, it looks to have ended up on the opposite side of the corner flag, and now we've got a free kick. A goal kick for City. City with the ball up the field. Ball out on the far side for a throw-in. City now passing back to their defenders. You guys are just joining us. Please do hit that like button. Drop your comments in. We want to hear from you. We want all fans of all clubs to feel welcome and come and get involved in the Fandom project. But it's up to you guys to make the effort to come and get involved by contributing your thoughts into the chat on the show. Haaland with an opportunity there, but it's gone well wide, and now Arsenal will look to restart the game with the goalkeeper. Yeah, actually, I think he just didn't get the time on the ball with the challenge coming from the Arsenal defender. Joey is saying, what was your score prediction, Gaz? Missed it. I didn't actually, to be fair, mate, I didn't actually give a score prediction on this one up to now. But I would. I'm going to say it's going to. I'm going to go with a 1-1. I don't go. The last few games I've been going for a bit higher score lines, but I'm going to go 1-1 and probably be extra time because I don't think we have a replay now at this stage, don't we? I know the replays are still in place in the earlier stages of the FA Cup, but I was under the impression they'd scrapped them. But as I've been seeing, some of the lower league teams have been playing replays. So yeah, I should have researched that actually, to be honest, to have a more precise. But they did scrap it as far as I was aware. But yeah, I'm expecting it to just the way it's playing. I'm expecting it's going to be a tight game, and we've not seen an awful lot of goal scoring opportunities at the minute. So I'll go with a 1-1, mate. But the fact, I actually, yeah, I'll go with 1-1. But over the game, I think it's going to be Arsenal that will come out on top because City just, I don't know, they're not looking quite as fluent as they normally do. As we know, City are normally a very possession-based team, um, and Arsenal are stopping them having that possession, and that might work to Arsenal's favour. It's not that they're not having some possession; it's just they're not having the long periods of possession that we know that they can have. 40 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. Just got a throw in for City at the minute. Just inside the Arsenal half, but very close to the halfway line. City moved the ball back to their keeper. Sorry, guys, you're just joining us. Not much to report at the minute. It's been very much a bit of a mishmash game at the minute. Neither team really taking command of it like you would expect that we know these two teams can do. They can both dominate games when they're really in the mood, but neither team at the moment really managing to dominate possession or 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 either that we've not even seen that many opportunities on goal at the minute as well, guys. They currently got a stoppage for a foul. And it's actually a foul off the ball as well. So I don't know how that works because the referee obviously can bring that back, but he shouldn't be stopping play really for an off the ball incident. Just got another free kick here. I mean, it's just a bit itty bitty at the minute, guys. Sorry, there's not much to say at the minute. It's like I say, just the game's just stop start at the minute. Neither team really commanding the game, so there's not much to say about it at the minute. Joey's saying, I will go for 1-0 City. Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. Like I say, it's a tight game at the minute, so it looks like it's going to be a tight scoreline unless suddenly both teams start to tire in the second half and we see more action on goal. But at the minute, like I say, very limited action on goal. Very much a midfield scrap at the minute. And some clumsy and some sloppy possession and all from both teams. Both teams have shown elements of sloppy possession. Ball's gone out again on this near side with a sloppy pass. And we've seen that, like I said, we've seen that from both teams in this game. 43 minutes gone. City looking to build from the back. Mini Mo saying we need a goal. Yeah, we do, mate. We do. It's very much scrappy. Not scrappy, but just like I say, itty bitty at the minute. And like I said, just in City put a challenge in there for towards the Arsenal attacking player there at the back, but players also going down quite easily in some cases as well. City looking to try and make the most of that possession there, passing the ball out on this near side to Mahrez, but too much pace on the ball and it's gone out for a throw into Arsenal. Close to the corner flag. Tierney to take the throw in for Arsenal. We're coming up to the halfway time, half time now, guys. Just literally seconds away from the 45 minutes. So I'm not sure what we're going to have add time added on. We've had a few bits of stoppages, but nothing, like I say, nothing that should create any dramatic time on, other than the Haaland injury. There may be a couple of minutes for that, but other than that, not too much. Stoppages. 2 minutes have added on. 2 minutes. John Stones at the minute at the back on the floor from a bit of a collision, and I don't know if that's an elbow in the back or a stump, or he's got the back of his shin caught. But the Arsenal player coming from behind there, trying to put a challenge in. It's always it doesn't end very well, does it, guys, when players come from behind to put challenges in. But yeah, Mini Mo is spot on. We do need a goal to spark some life into this. Let's hope the second half does spark the game into life. Joey's saying, Defo, it's a bit stale. Yeah, that's probably the best word to put it, mate, actually. I'm not always... sometimes you can figure the right words, but I think sometimes to get to this stage of the week, maybe my brain's just a bit tired. I'm not thinking of the right words to describe it. But yeah, Joey's spot on. It is a bit stale at the minute. Not much goal mouth action, itty bitty, stop start, loads of throw-ins, and some sloppy possession as well from both teams. So we have got 2 minutes added on, guys, but at the minute those 2 minutes are being used. I'm presuming that the referee will add this time on. But yeah, I think the Arsenal players just caught the back of the heel of John Stones there. Maybe it just brought a few tears to the eyes with that. It can do, can it, guys? If you get catch a boot to the wrong part of your body, it can, don't matter how manly you want to be, it can still bring tears to your eyes. Joey's saying, thought it be a more exciting game. Yeah, to be fair, mate, but it might, like I say, it might spring into life in the second half. Once we've had both teams go into, obviously, the dressing room, had the team talk. So Man City restart the game, but they've passed the ball up to Arsenal. Sportsmanship there. So Arsenal now try to build again from the back, but I don't think we're going to see much in this last couple of minutes now. Like I say, both teams are kind of killing the game at the minute because, yeah, again, another throw-in on this near side. So, yeah, Stones has gone off, and it's Laporte coming on. So hopefully that's not going to be too much of a serious injury to Stones. We don't want to see players picking up injuries that's going to keep them out for long periods. Hopefully it's just a little bit of initial pain, and give it a couple of days recovery, and hopefully he'll be fine. Arsenal with the throwing on this near side. I wish this game would spark into life. Give me something to get me a bit more excited with the commentary. Arsenal were trying to get a cross into the box, but it's gone behind for a goal kick to City. And this could be the last kick of the half, to be honest. I think we're all praying for the referee to blow the halftime whistle, just so that the managers can give the players a bit of a kick up the jacksie to get them to wake up a bit. And sometimes I think, guys, games like this, that the media and stuff can just hype it up so much. We expect a real exciting game, and maybe that that hype in the media can could sometimes maybe get players a little bit nervous, a little bit more not that they're not full of confidence, because we know both these teams got players full of confidence. But I think you know what I mean. That just it can just maybe affect the players a little bit mentally when the press hype the big fixtures up like this, and then we all expect a really active end-to-end game with loads of goal malfaction, and it doesn't always live up to that, does it? So yeah. So it's finished half. The first half finished. Like I say, plenty room for improvement in the second half. Let's hope the game does spark into life. Like I said, for me, guys, there were only a couple of, really a couple of chances. The main opportunities coming from Arsenal. Arsenal having two decent opportunities on goal. I think I saw one from Man City, and that's about it. It's really poor from both of these teams, to be fair. So let's hope the second half springs into life a lot more. Mini Mo, what happened? What happens if it remains a draw, Gaz? Extra time? Yeah, I'm sure at this stage it goes to extra time because, like I said, in the earlier stages they're still playing the replays. But I'm sure a couple of seasons back the FA scrapped the replays. We know they've been scrapped in the League Cup, but once the Premier League clubs come into it, I'm sure they've scrapped it then. So yeah, probably go to extra time, mate. So it could be like pulling teeth tonight if it carries on like this. So let's hope that the second half springs into life better. Joey is saying, very true, guys. Media has a lot to answer for sometimes laugh out loud. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Like I say, don't get me wrong. We all like a little bit of hype coming from the press, but they go overboard, don't they? They do go overboard. We saw it the other week with the North London derby. I have commented on this before, guys, but we did see it in the London derby with that game resulted in a fan behaving badly, and I think you've got to we've got to blame the media. They like to blame the fan for the incident, and yes, we all know the fan was bang out of order what he did, but when you've got the mainstream media putting ridiculous headlines to pump up the game, it gets everybody fired up. And then, you have people going to the stadium full of emotion and passion. And then, you wonder why that some people can't keep that under control. So, yeah, I think the mainstream media especially the newspapers, they've got a lot to answer for. I wish people had stopped buying some of the newspapers, because maybe if the sales of newspapers dropped off, then we might see these newspapers start taking more notice of what the public want to read instead of just pumping out hatred on the back pages with crazy headlines that do get that hatred going. They seem to incite it, don't they? But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. That's a great point, like I say, mate. So let's while we've got a lull, and since that game was a bit dead, let's have a quick look what other FA Cup fixtures we've got coming this week, because we have got a hat full of them coming. Obviously, Accrington Stanley taking on Leeds. That's a big game, and Michael Bolton be taking on Accrington soon as well in February in the AFL Trophy. That's a semi-final game, but that's not till next month. But yeah, big game there for Accrington. Shame it's not a Leeds, because they would have probably done better out of the ticket revenue. Walsall taking on Leicester. Blackburn Rovers taking on Birmingham City. Bristol City taking on West Brom. Fulham taking on Sunderland. Ipswich Town v Burnley. Luton Town v Grimsby. Sheffield Wednesday v Fleetwood. Southampton v Blackpool. And Preston North End v Tottenham. Man United v Reading. Is it me, guys, or do Man United always seem to get comfortable draws in the cup where they're getting home games, or is it just me? I'd love to know you guys think that. What you guys think of that? Is that right? Or am I just? Is it just me noticing it that Man United seem to get very lucky in the cup draws, regularly getting home game, regularly getting drawn at home against. Let's be honest, with all respect to Reading, let's be honest, it's weaker opposition, isn't it? And I'm sure Reading would have preferred that game at home. But let me know, guys, do you think there's Do you think there's something in that? Do you think I'm just reading into it a bit much, or am I on to something there? On the Sunday in the FA Cup, we've also got Brighton taking on Liverpool, as Joey said, Stoke City v Stevenage, and Wrexham v Sheffield United. So I think actually for a cup draw, it's quite minimal, isn't it? How exciting some of these fixtures are, really. Obviously, this is a big game tonight. I'd say that the pick of the draw there, probably for me, on potential giant killing. The best giant killing would probably be Preston, wouldn't it? Preston with the best opportunity there, really, with taking on Tottenham. And I really do hope Preston do get a win in that game, to be honest, because my club, Bolton, have I've regularly been drawn against Tottenham in not recently, but in seasons gone by, especially when we was up in the Premier League. And Tottenham just got so lucky with the home draws all the time. And in that typical, we got late night kickoffs and all tomorrow. When I've been looking for the late night kickoffs on a Saturday and the last few weeks, and we've not been having none. And now we've got some on the one Saturday night where I'm not available. It's just sod's law, isn't it, guys? Piers Morgan is saying, welcome, Piers Morgan. Welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Obviously saying fake account there, but that's interesting. Let us know, mate. Is there a particular reason for your name being your naming your account as Piers Morgan? We'd love to know why that is, mate, if you could. Karim Abdul Taylor joined Crystal Palace on loan as per source. Your thoughts? I've got to be honest, mate. To be honest, that's not a player I know very well off the top of my head. But I'll have to have a look a bit more about him. To be fair, mate. Let's have a look. Mate, what play did you say? Karim. No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking up this player because not a player that unless I know him and just don't recognize his name. But I'm trying to no. Karim Abdullah. All right, so I'm just hearing the mate that it actually might be a replay in this one, guys. So if it finishes a draw, it could be a replay. I thought they'd scrapped it. They did say they were scrapping it, didn't they? The replays, or is that just in the League Cup? Well, I'm sure they did say they were scrapping it in the FA Cup as well. Oh, what is going on with this? Do you know I hate this auto spell check thing? It sorry, I'm just trying to tailor. Let's have a look. Right, so hang on a minute. I think that's maybe why I've not spelt the name's not spelt correctly. So we'll see. Include results for. Let's see what it's saying. Well, that's not the right play because it's coming up with a basketball player. Right, I'm not sure, mate. Maybe that's why I'm not recognising the names. Any of you guys in the chat recognise this name? Because I don't recognise this name, and I've just put it in Google, and it's not coming up. So I'm not sure, Piers, if you're spelling the name incorrectly, and that's why I'm not recognising it. But I've just put it in Google, and it's not coming up, mate. So I can't answer your question if I can't find the player and know who you're talking about. So sorry about that, mate. Like I say, I have to check the spelling because I've just Googled it and I'm not seeing it. Joey's saying, yeah, they do seem to get a lot of home games. That be interesting to research that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think guys. I've been thinking about that. Maybe doing um, kind of analysis on stuff like that in at some point in the future and start looking to see if there is any because we should be as fans we should be checking stuff out like that because we want to know if there's any match fixing going on, because we know that the FA do the ball draw and it always looks very official. But how do we know that? As fans, how do we not know whether there's weights in them balls or anything like that? To help them pick out specific teams. I'm not saying they are, but we if they were, we wouldn't know anything about it, would we? Because it's very easy for them to do stuff like that without us knowing about it. I'd like to think our own football association is that we can trust them to do it officially. But like I say, for me, it does seem to be that Manchester United do seem to get very lucky with the cup draws. A lot of home fixtures they get drawn in the cup, and I just think it's a bit unfair to weaker opposition. Because I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but would you like to see the competition ruled more by whoever the weaker team is getting the home fixture? That would be an interesting debate, wouldn't it? Whether you guys think that the weaker team shouldn't go off the draw. You should have the draw, but then it should go off who is the weaker team getting the home draw. But I don't think the football authorities would buy into that, would they? But it'd certainly be an interesting debate having that, having a lot of fans give their opinion on something like that. And would it be better for revenue as well for those weaker clubs to get better revenue by having the home games? I don't know. I suppose it depends on the club and the size of the stadium. Because if we're talking about, like for example, a club like Accrington, their stadium is so small that it can't be really beneficial for them to have the home draw. Would have thought that Accrington, like for example, in the game that they've been drawn against this weekend in the FA Cup against Leeds, you would have thought that Accrington would probably want that game being played away because of the fact that Leeds can host a lot bigger fan capacity. Whereas I think Accrington's ground is it's something like 10,000, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but it's a very low number compared to a club like Leeds. I know that Bolton's allocation for the Accrington game averages around 2,000 fans. Bear in mind, the club do give Bolton a decent attendance, amount of away attendance, because it's technically a derby, and they also know that when they play Bolton, there's going to be a good away following demand for tickets. So the average tickets that are given to Bolton by Accrington are 2,000 tickets. So that would suggest that maybe the home capacity is somewhere in the region of about 8,000. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. But like I said, I can't see it being too much more, because if you've ever seen Accrington's ground, and I have seen it, it is quite small. So I can't really see that stadium fitting much more than 10,000 fans in it. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Mini Mo saying, right, we need a goal fest now. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, it would be good to have a number of goals in this second half to really kick the game into high gear. And like I say, would help improve the flavour of this game, because, like I said, you wouldn't expect it, would you, from these two teams? They're both full of talented players, both full of quality, and when they play most other teams, they're exciting to watch. They're energetic. We don't get me wrong, we have seen energy, but we've seen a lot of mistakes with sloppy passing and not really good possession wise. When we know both of these teams are good possession based teams, but we're not seeing that we've not seen it in the first half. So the teams are coming out now, guys. So hopefully we'll see a much improved performance in this second half, and definitely, let's absolutely hope Minimo is right and we get some goal malfaction to spark this game into life. Even if we don't get goals, let's hope we get some goal malfaction because that first half was really pitiful for goal malfaction, if we're honest. Um, Joey is saying, I think all revenue if players home or away should be given to the lower league teams because let's face it, Premier League teams can afford to do that. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I wasn't planning to talk about this tonight, but I was trying to inquire yesterday about tickets for my club to go to the Accrington game, and I ended up registering a complaint with my club, and that was quite interesting. I was going to debate it on another show, but yeah, the point that I'm trying to make is that we was debating. I actually spoke to a club official, and we were actually debating about how the fact that Premier League clubs can play all season with no fans in attendance and still make a profit. So they don't need any fans in the stadium, and they'd still make a profit because of the amount of TV revenue they're getting now. So Premier League clubs that are making money all year round from TV revenue, plus the extra revenue coming in from sales of tickets and season tickets, are making a massive amount of money. So Joey is spot on there. If these big rich clubs weren't so greedy and a bit more, supportive to the lower leagues, they could easily sacrifice at least the League Cup or maybe the FA Cup. Not obviously, we're probably unlikely they're going to sacrifice both. Revenue from both, but they could at least, say in like the third and fourth round, if they draw lower league opposition, they'll let the lower league opposition have the ticket revenue completely to help them financially, and that would be such a very nice gesture, and it'd be right as well because, like I said, these clubs do not need that money. They're already making enough just off the Premier League revenue. And not that, and that's without ticket sales. So you're right, absolutely spot on, Joey. The clubs in the Premier League could easily sacrifice the revenue that they generate from the third and fourth round of the cup, and pass it on or it could all go into a pot, couldn't it? It could all go to a pot. All the Premier League's revenue from FA Cup games in the third and fourth round could go into a pot and be divided equally amongst the lower league clubs. Just to give them a little bit of a cash boost. But I can't see it happening, mate. There's too many rich oil barons in the Premier League, unfortunately. Joey's saying, and they wonder how to filter down money. Yeah, well said, mate. Absolutely. No, you're spot on, mate. It's a fantastic. Unfortunately, this is the problem, mate. Fans think with logic, with brain power, with football knowledge. A lot of the people running the football that we love, especially at the top level, are people in suits that don't really care about the football. All they care about is the revenue. All they care about football-wise is as long as it's an entertaining game, they'll keep selling tickets and ticket demand goes up. So that's the only aspect of football they're interested in. They're not interested in the actual game being an entertaining game. They're just the only way they're interested in that is that it will create more ticket demand. So you're spot on with that, Joey. The second half has restarted. We're a couple of minutes in, guys. Sorry, guys. Let's hope that ball this second half springs into life. City currently in possession, but to long ball up the field, and they've lost it. Arsenal regain possession with the goalkeeper. 48 minutes gone, guys. Arsenal looking to move up the field. or are they? They're just passing it about amongst themselves at the minute at the back. Ball chipped forward up towards the halfway line, and yet again, this is what it started the same way, hasn't it? Both teams just sloppy ball possession. City in possession now on the halfway line. Aye. City now just passing it about amongst themselves. They're having more. The only time both of these teams are having possession in this game at the minute are with the are at the back, because as soon as they go forward, they're both giving it away to each other. It's only such a disappointing game at the minute. This Arsenal currently in possession, and now we've got another foul. Honest, come on, we want this game to spark into life. We really want this game to spark into life. Looks like Aaron's disappeared. He said he was watching in the background, but I think he's disappeared. Obviously, scared him off with me speaking the truth. Some fans don't like the truth today. Some people can't handle it. Not to worry. Arsenal in possession on that far side as they look to try and keep some possession, and they can't. City have got it. Honest, this is such. I've never seen these two teams so sloppy in possession. And City making a move forward there with Haaland, and boxed in a bit by Arsenal's players, and ends up losing possession. Again, another. This is what I mean. Why are we seeing this pattern repeat itself? Right. So Arsenal yet again chip another ball forward up to the halfway line, and surprise, City pick up possession. This is really poor. This game from what are supposed to be two of the most quality teams in the Premier League at the minute. City probing Arsenal's defence in possession at the minute on that far side. Got to change my camera angle. I'm not just bear me a second. Let's change that. There we go, guys. That's better. You can see me better now. You can see my Cobra Kai shirt as well. My new Cobra Kai shirt, thanks to my cousin. City there with possession coming down that far side, but I think he would have been offside there. He's kicked it into the side netting, but I think it would have been an offside anyway. Now we can hear the City fans getting their voice heard. Arsenal in possession. Arsenal in possession in their own half. And now the ball's out on this near side for a throw in to City. Pretty much level with the halfway line. And City will take the throw in back towards their defence. Really, really poor this game up to now, guys. Rich Paul Sport, welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. Fanden, wait a minute. I'm watching two teams with respect for each other and cancelling out the other hard fought game. I say hard fought, mate. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Rich Paul, but I think it's a poor game. I don't want to. Not too bothered about the respect aspect. I get that they respect each other, but come on, you're not in football to play a respectful game. You're in the football to win games. They can show respect to each other at the final whistle. They can show respect to each other. by playing well. The possession, the sloppy passing that both teams have showed. I'm not sure how you can say that, mate. I really am not sure how you can say that because we've seen both teams uncharacteristically show poor ball possession, losing it sloppily. Arsenal twice in this first few minutes of this second half have chipped the ball forward from the near the goal mount, near the goal area at the back up to the halfway line, and both times they've done it, they've lost possession to City. That's not what we expect to see from these two teams. Like I say, mate, I totally respect your opinion. If you want to look at it like that, you're well within your rights, mate. And like I say, I respect your opinion. I just don't agree with it, mate. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry, but considering how well we've seen these two teams play this season, particularly Arsenal, this is a really poor game at the moment. But hopefully, it will spring into life. It just had so little action on Gomez, and I say that, and a shot comes in from City on that far side. But yeah, I suppose, like I said, I suppose that's a fair way to look at it from Richard's point of view, if you want to look at it like that. But as fans, we want entertainment, mate. We want entertainment, and the first half wasn't very entertaining. Very poor for both teams creating goal scoring opportunities, and both teams showing, like I said, a few elements of sloppy passing. But yeah, thank you very much, Rich Bow Sports. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us, mate. But I'm sorry, I respect your opinion. I just don't agree with it. I think both teams have let themselves down a little bit in this one up to now, with spells of sloppy possession and a lack of endeavour to create goal-scoring opportunities when they're in possession, getting forward. So, yeah, like I say, mate, appreciate you sharing your thoughts, though. Thank you very much for that, Rich Pope Sports, and appreciate you dropping in, mate. Great to see you. I don't know if you see my message on social media. Obviously, we did arrange to speak today at 6 o'clock, and I did wait for your call, mate, but got no message from you. So I presume you may have been busy, mate. Joey's saying, think my son's team has more excitement, and he's only 11. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. Like I say, we're not sitting here wanting to criticise these teams. We just want to see, more ambition. And considering the fact that Arsenal have shown such amazing ambition this season, and we know that City can turn it on when they're really in the mood, then I think we have the right as fans to just be honest and say that it's a disappointing game up to now. Ball is out on the far side, and I think it's a throw in. I think it's a throw into Arsenal. I think. And we've got a substitution now for City. But yeah, Rich Bow Sports, let us know, mate, what makes you come to that conclusion. Because like I say, mate, from my point of view, I think it's a bit of a disappointing first half, and we're yet to see any serious goal mouth action in the second half as well. And what is? Sorry, I feel like I've got hair tickling me. But yeah, thank you very much, Rich Bow Sport. Like I say, Joey, that is a class comment, mate. You like I say, we're not wanting to criticise these teams. As I said before, we just want some action. And considering the talent that's in these two teams, I don't think it's a lot to ask to expect a bit more goal mouth action and a bit more quality from both sets of players when they're in possession. Joey is saying, love the t-shirt, completely off topic, but have you heard they are cancelling Cobra Kai? It's going to be the last season. It was announced, I think, last week, wasn't it? Cobra Kai going to end. This will be the last season that it comes out, and a bit disappointing, but I've been reading some fan comments about it, to be fair, mate. A lot of fans are a bit disappointed with that, because a lot of fans are saying, how are they going to wrap up so many storylines that they've expanded on in one season. So yeah, like I say, mate, I have heard about it, and it's been. I think we've seen it before, haven't we? We've seen it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with other shows. What other show am I thinking of now? There's another show. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But the problem is with Cobra Kai, it started off fantastic with YouTube doing it, and then Netflix bought it, and then since Netflix have bought it, it has still been good. But I'm not. There's been. It's not. It's gone a little bit away from a little bit away from how it started. Really, with the fact that they've introduced another karate dojo. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. I'm a massive. Obviously, I'm an '80s kid, so I'm a massive Karate Kid fan. And yeah, I was buzzing when it came out, Cobra Kai, and disappointing that they're going to end it. But hopefully, the final season is going to be good, and let's hope they maybe even do some spin-offs after it, because I have heard rumors that there might be some movies made off the back of Cobra Kai. So that should be interesting if that's the case. We'll have to see, wait and see. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. I'll take it. Maybe you are also a potential Karate Kid fan. I'm not sure, mate, but yeah, like I say, I grew up watching it. So for me, yeah, you can't beat a bit of Karate Kid, Rambo, Rocky, that kind of stuff. Maybe these kids these days, that's what they need a bit. I think some of these kids, this new generation, not growing up with that kind of stuff, it might toughen them up a little bit if they was making movies like that. Because we will probably remember films like Bloodsport and all that. You mention that to these kids these days, and they don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Like I say, looking forward to seeing how the season 6 turns out, mate. Rich Bo Sport is saying, Fanden, the game's at Manchester, but who's had the better chances? It takes a good side to make City look like this. Well, yeah, that's a fair comment, mate. But I think, like I said, I think both teams are equally guilty of not showing their best form. It's not like Arsenal have played the best or City have played the best. Neither team have played the best. And we were saying it earlier, mate. We were saying it earlier in the show. Sometimes the mainstream media can hype up these games. Sorry, guys, just to break off. Passes for City, 324, 232 for Arsenal. So I don't know if you want to read anything into that. But yeah, sorry, Rich Paul Sports. We were talking about it in the first half and just saying that the mainstream media sometimes hype these games up with the big clubs in games like this so much that maybe sometimes it affects the players mentally. That sometimes they get too carried away, seeing the big headlines, seeing all the hype, seeing all the excitement from the fans, stuff like that. And maybe they go into the game a little bit more nervous than they normally would, and that can affect their match day performance. I'm not saying that is the case. We were just debating that it could be the case because the mainstream media, like I say, they love to hype up these big games. And that can play a part in the players not, being affected potentially mentally. But it's a fair comment from you, mate. Like I said, I think both teams have been disappointing. I think both teams have been disappointing. And let's be honest, as much as I know you're an Arsenal fan, you're going to want to look at it from an Arsenal point of view. But let's be honest, mate. City are not at their best this season. If they were, they'd be at the top of the league, challenging Arsenal. But they're not. They're not at their best this season. So we have to also take that into consideration. So I know, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, you want to see the best out of your team and you want to look at it from the point of view that your team is on fire at the minute. And I'm sure most fans would recognise that. And if you go and mix with the fan community on social media, a lot of fans are saying they're happy to see Arsenal win the league this season. They want to see it. They want to see a different team win the league this season and happy for it to beat Arsenal. But like I say, mate, it's easy to claim that Arsenal are making City look bad, but City are making themselves look bad this season. They're not uh, they're not running away with the league like we've seen when Liverpool challenged them. And there we go, guys, a goal for City. City with a possession then in the goal area of Arsenal. They were passing it about amongst themselves, and eventually Arsenal caught standing still a little bit there at the back, and and City finally find an opening goal. So yeah, but like I say, mate, yeah, it's a fair comment. It is a fair comment, but like I say, you're not playing the City that we've seen in recent seasons. Let's be honest. Come on, if we're talking about exciting games and making City look bad, we have to look at Liverpool, mate. Liverpool have made City look bad. They've made City look average in the games some of the games they've played. And I'm not saying that Arsenal are not deserving of all the plaudits. They are very much deserving of all the plaudits. I'm just very much aware, mate, that you're an Arsenal fan and you're going to have your Arsenal glasses on, mate. That's no offence to you. That's totally understandable. But I'm trying to look at this as a neutral, and I think that as a neutral, it's fair to say that City are not at their best this season. And all credit to Arsenal. They're having a fantastic season, and I hope they do continue to do well. But like I say, for me, they're not the City that we've seen in the last couple of seasons. But I take your comment on board, mate. Like I say, you're obviously going to have that perspective being an Arsenal fan, and that's fair enough. Joey's saying, yeah, mate, I grew up with Karate Kid, Bloodsport. That's good. That's a good film. Not seen it in ages yet. Check it out. I think it's on Netflix, mate. But I think I've got it in my box set downstairs or something. To be fair, yeah, mate. Like I say, great quality to see another person that appreciates the quality of the 80s, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, like I say, mate, for me, I'm honest. I can't say it enough. For me, Karate Kid. I mean, obviously, you look back on some of the films, they don't look as good as they used to when we were younger. But that's because we're adults now. But and film technology has moved on so much on it. Arsenal now in possession into the box. Oh, with a cross into the box, and it was a good opportunity, but the Arsenal player there trying to get on the end of it, and just unable to get the foot to it, and partly because of Man City player being just in front of him, and it's gone out for. I think it's gone out for a goal. No, it's gone out for a corner. So we've got a corner for Arsenal on this near side. And this is the first corner of the game, guys. That says a lot, doesn't it? First corner of the game. Keep your comments coming, guys. Love to hear from you. We'll come back to the comments in a minute. Saka to take the corner on this near side. Just coming up to 67 minutes gone. Man City 1, Arsenal 0. Corner taken, and it's deep. But City goalkeeper collects it and takes the sting out of that. And now we'll build City's momentum again from the back. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Absolutely, you cannot beat the 80s, mate. Top man. Rich Pro Sports is saying, I understand what you mean, though. Fanden, would you describe this game as a sparring type affair? Both boxers are having a look at each other. The Premier League, a Premier League meeting are the big fight nights. Yes and no, but let's be honest, mate. With all credit, you know Arsenal. Well, in my opinion, obviously you would maybe think differently as an Arsenal fan, but to me, I would thought that Arsenal would want to do well with this competition because it's a competition you guys have had a lot of success in. So I would have thought that Arsenal will want to carry on that FA Cup romance and keep adding to the tally of FA Cup trophies. So yeah, I get what you're saying, mate. Obviously, the big game is the Premier League, but this is just as big, I think, because like I say, Arsenal have a rich history in this competition. It's another potential trophy. And let's be honest, your manager is an ex-Arsenal player. He will know that this trophy is well thought of by the fans, that you've got a rich history in it, and I'm sure that he would love to potentially lead you guys to a double this season. So, like I say, I would have thought that Arteta would be taking this game just as seriously as the Premier League fixture to come between you guys. But yeah, that's just my opinion, mate. You're an Arsenal fan, obviously, so let me know if you think differently. Thanks for that, mate. Rich Ball, post goal. Yeah, absolutely. Arsenal currently in possession at the minute, inside the Man City half as they look to try and build some pressure. And now the referee has stopped the game. And I'm not even sure what for. 69 and a half minutes gone, guys. So we're just coming up to the 70-minute mark. So 20 minutes remaining plus added on time. I think it was offside. I think he's pulled it back for offside there. But it was fractional. But yeah, mate, like I say, Rich Bo, it's well, it's just my opinion, but I would have thought both clubs would have wanted to win this. I know the Premier League's the bread and butter, but let's be honest, this is a competition that both teams are more than capable of winning, and it adds to that goal, that trophy tally, doesn't it? And let's be honest, you know, great clubs become great clubs by the amount of trophies they win, and it doesn't always have to be the top trophies. As long as they're winning the top trophies and winning all the others around it, that's how a great club becomes historically great, because they keep adding to the trophy cabinet. So yeah, but thanks for that, Rich Poe. Rich Poe Sports also saying City are a classy team. They are, mate. You are spot on. They are a classy team. All I'm saying is, in honesty, they are not as classy this season as we've seen them in previous seasons. Obviously, I haven't got the stats to hand, but just look at how many games they've dropped points in already this season compared to last season and the season before that and the season before that. The seasons previously, they barely lost a game, and I think they've already lost about 3 or 4 games this season. So that's an indication that they're not at their best, mate. Like I'm saying, not taking anything away from Arsenal. All I'm saying is they're not the unstoppables that they have been in previous seasons. That's all the point I'm making. I'm not trying to take any credit away from Arsenal at all. I'm just saying, if we're honest, as an honest football fan, giving an honest opinion, I think Arsenal are playing fantastic this season. All credit to them, but City just not quite as good as prolific as we have seen in seasons in the last few seasons. Sorry, but thank you very much for that, Rich Bowl Sports. Like I say, I respect your opinion, mate. I'm just trying to give a neutral perspective. That's all. Rich Bowl Sports saying the classic counter punch. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, mate. Crossfield ball for Arsenal. Saka in possession on this near side, cross into the box, and it's knocked away by Man City with the on-running Arsenal player trying to get on the end of that. And now City look to push up the field now. Maybe that goal just giving them a little bit more of confidence. And the game has improved slightly in the last 10 minutes. So you've got to be grateful for that, because, like I say, the first half was poor, and in my opinion, you guys might think differently. That's fine. But in my opinion, for the quality that we've seen from these two teams this season and previously, I think the first half was a bit poor. But the game is definitely kicked into life a bit more now. And both teams seem to be doing better when they do have possession as well, holding the ball better in this last 10 minutes or so. City looking to slow the game down at the moment, though, with possession at the back. Long ball forward from the keeper onto that far side of the pitch. And you can definitely notice the difference in ball possession from that first half. Ball up the field now from back to front for City, and Haaland looking a frustrated figure up there for City. And in fairness for that challenge, he's got a little bit of a right to be a little bit there. The Arsenal player trying to grapple with him to stop him breaking free of Arsenal's defensive line. So we're seeing a substitution for Arsenal. And it's Sakharov and Digara on, I think I said. And also, this is a shot surprise, guys. De Bruyne coming off. De Bruyne coming off for City, and Bernard Silva coming on. But what a replacement that is. Oh, sorry, guys. I'll be glad to get a good night's sleep tonight. It's been a long week. Grealish with the throwing on this side, on this near side of the pitch. We're just coming up to 75 minutes gone, guys. Joey's saying, "Are you a boxing fan, Rich Poe?" Yep, that's a good question. Thanks, Joey. I do like boxing myself. Depends who's fighting, though. Depends who's fighting. I'm not like obsessive boxing fan me personally, but I do like a good boxing match. If it's the right fighters. But yeah, great question that Joey. I'm not sure if Rich Poe Sports is a boxing fan or whether he's just using that to describe the game. But Rich Poe Sports is saying, Joey, the gloves are off. It seems changes. Martinelli on, Zinchenko on. We were watching Arsenal B team. I could see why these two are the best in the world. Oh, sorry, the best in the land. Yeah, well, that's a fair point, mate. Like I said, I don't think. I've said this several times. I don't think any team is the best in the land. Every team can have their ups and downs. Because I'm not thinking, but I will go off trophy counts. If we're going to make a statement like that, then Liverpool have to come into the consideration because they've won the most European trophies in the land. So you could go all around with that kind of debate. And United would have a strong case to be claiming to be the best in the land as well because they've won a lot of Premier League trophies as well as European trophies. I think for Arsenal, one thing criticism I would have about Arsenal is they're a fantastic team, but the Arsenal fans like to hype them up bigger than what they are. And until you guys win a Champions League trophy, I don't think you've got any claims to be claiming to be one of the best teams in the UK until you win the Champions League. And you haven't done it. You haven't done it. Same as Manchester City. They haven't done it. So until you start putting European titles in the trophy cabinet, you cannot claim to be the best team in the UK. You might be the best team that season in the league, but that doesn't make you the best team in the land. Trophies count, mate, and trophies speak volumes. And let's be honest, that Arsenal and Man City, they've got work to do to catch up the top teams that have won the most trophies in the UK. Especially in such a competitive league. I've had this discussion so many times with Rangers fans because they like to claim that they're the best in the land because they've won the most trophies out of any UK nations. But if you look at the trophies they've won, they're not the best trophies they've won. They've won Scottish Cup titles and Scottish League Cups against average teams. That don't make them the best. You want to be classed as the best, you have to beat the best. And the only place you can beat the best in all leagues in Europe is Europe. That is where you really make a statement to be classed as the best. That's my opinion. You guys don't have to agree. That is just my humble opinion. I think it's all well and good winning FA Cups, League Cups, Premier League trophies. but the best of the best are put into the Champions League, and that is where you claim to be the best by winning that competition. I don't like to say it, but it's the reality because I hate the fact that that Real Madrid have got the most titles across Europe. I hate it because that's a club that I don't like because they're supported financially by the Spanish government. So they get an advantage over every other club in Europe because every time they get themselves in financial difficulty, they get bailed out by the Spanish government. And I disagree with that. I think it's bang out of order. But the reality is, if you want to be considered the best, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Don't expect you guys to agree with me. But if you want to be your club to be considered one of the best teams in the land, start putting European trophies in your trophy cabinet. Simple as. Simple as far as that. But that's just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with me. I respect your opinion. You're entitled to it. But for me, no, I'm sorry. Premier League titles, yes, that is great winning Premier League titles. It's great winning FA Cups, great winning League Cups. But the real difficult one to win is the Champions League. Let's be honest. Because if it wasn't difficult to win, we would have more UK clubs winning it, wouldn't we? So, it's a harsh fact. It might be a fact that you don't want to hear. Might be something that you disagree with. You're right, well within your rights to say that and disagree with it. But for me, I'm sorry. I have to say it, and believe me, I say it reluctantly because Real Madrid is a club. I don't hate clubs. I try not to hate clubs. But Real Madrid is a club I find difficult not to hate because I don't agree with the fact that they're propped up by the Spanish government. But in reality, they've won the most European trophies. So they have more right than anybody to claim to be the biggest and the best in European land because they've won it, 14 times or something? Man City haven't won it once. Arsenal haven't won it once. So, if you want to be up there in that bracket of being classed the best of the best, Champions League. Even my team, I would love to say that a great team, but the reality is my club haven't won anywhere near enough titles in this country. Never mind in Europe. But at the end of the day, I support my club because it's where I was born. I'd love it. I'd love it if they had a richer football history and had more titles that they'd won. But they haven't. So I have to live with that, and I have to accept it that my club are not the best, and they're not, and they're miles away from being the best. They're not even the best in the Northwest. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, you guys are well within your rights to have your own opinion, and I will respect your opinion. And you don't have to agree with my opinion. But as like I say, watching football for a long time, for me, the best teams, any teams that fans that want to class their team as the best, you've got to win European titles. It's just simple as that. You don't have to agree with me, but that's just my opinion. And I'm sure you guys are going to be giving me some interesting comments with regards to that statement. City still 1-0 up, 80, just coming up to 82 minutes left. Arsenal in possession on the halfway line, just passing it amongst themselves between defence and midfield players, probing down that far side of the pitch, and a cross comes towards the goal to the attacking players, the striker for Arsenal, but it's headed clear, and now City in possession as they move the ball up the field. Now we've got, I think it's gone out for a throw-in. But let's see what you guys are saying. I'm sure you got some interesting comments responding to what I've just said, which is fair enough. That's the whole point. That's what we want, guys. I'm saying it because that's my opinion. But we want some interesting debate on the channel about stuff like this. I'm not expecting you guys to agree with me. I'm just expressing my point of view, and you're more than welcome to express your point of view. Minimo is saying missing the goal. The goal. Who scored? Missed the goal. Who scored? It was City that scored. Actually, sorry, mate. I can't remember actually who scored it. Bear with me a second. It was Nathan Aki. Nathan Aki. There you go. I've just checked it. on the stats. It says it there. I don't know if you can see it on the screen there, but it says it there, guys. Details there. This is why I share this screen for you. If you look there, you've got the team news there, and it's giving you updates about throw-ins, corners, and goals in that category right there. On the left-hand side, or I'm not sure if it'd be right-hand side to you guys. We've got a corner for Arsenal on the far side. But yeah, if you could see on the far side of the screen, guys, or the opposite way, that way, if you could see that way, right at the other end of the screen, it does tell you the details that you need to know about who scores goals and who's getting corners, things like that. Arsenal now with a corner, 84 minutes gone. I'll come to the comments in a second, guys. Let's just see what happens from this corner opportunity for Arsenal. Corner taken towards the near post, headed away, but Arsenal managing to keep possession on that far side and now come into the box and into a melee of City players, and it's gone out again for another corner to Arsenal on that far side. But yeah, it was unfortunate there for the Arsenal attacking player. Really good idea coming in really close to the goal, but he ended up running into a cul-de-sac because there was no Arsenal players there to support him with that attacking run into the box. And he ended up running into a cul-de-sac of Manchester City players. Corner opportunity wasted from the second corner, and ball ends up on that far side for a throw-in, and now Arsenal again with a second throw-in, unable to keep possession, and now they've just thrown it to Man City. I don't know what they were thinking there, but they've just thrown the ball to Man City, and Arsenal still trying to push here to get an equaliser, but they're pushed all the way back up to the halfway line by Manchester City's defence. Minimo, yep, so there you go, mate. Sorry about that. Yeah, it does say it, like I say, in that grid about the goal, but I did just mention the player's name. Rich Paul Sports is saying AK scored the goal. Minimo, thank you very much for that, Rich Paul Sport, top man. Minimo, cheers. Awesome, nice one, guys. Rich Paul Sports saying, I'm a boxing fan. Sadly, these days, too many fighters avoid each other. Not like Ali and Hagler days. Isn't it great how football sees competition where there is none. Ducking. Are you a boxing fan? Yeah, mate, I think that's a fair point, to be fair. You're right. A lot of boxers these days do avoid each other, and it's disappointing to see Arsenal getting an opportunity there running into box, but the goalkeeper equal to the opportunity and gathers the ball into his midriff, and the chance has gone for Arsenal, but they have another opportunity now as they are in possession, but pushed all the way back up the field by Man City. And great to see that both teams both teams doing better when they're in possession, especially Arsenal. I've got to give them credit for that in this second half. Arsenal have much improved their possession stats, as well as keeping possession and not losing it easily. And Arsenal now breaking into the box, and an opportunity for Arsenal there, but the goalkeeper manages to jump on the ball as the ball was roaming freely inside the box, but Arsenal unable to take advantage of that, more so by the fact that the ball was surrounded by City defenders. But yeah, Rich Paul Sports, absolutely, that's a very, very fair comment, that, mate. Joey's saying, don't follow the sport completely, but I do like watching the heavyweights. Yeah, that's probably the same to me, mate. But I think Rich Paul Sports makes an excellent point because it makes me think of, obviously, Tyson Fury banging on with himself about fighting any man born from his mother, and yet he's skillfully avoided fighting the one fight that may embarrass him, which is against I've forgotten his name now off the top of my head. Usyk, coming from obviously a lower division and has stormed into the heavyweight division, causing some right surprises. Obviously, beating AJ as well, which wasn't a surprise to me because I thought that AJ was a paper champion. He just never, he just, he embarrassed himself in America and showed just how lacking in confidence he is when he comes up against a fighter that is prepared to go toe to toe with him and absorb the pressure. But yeah, absolutely. For me, really disappointed with Tyson Fury. Keep banging on about fighting any man born from his mother, but like I say, he's very skillfully avoided taking on Usyk. Hope that fight is going to happen, by the way, but at the minute we're not hearing much about it. And if it doesn't happen, then I think it just goes to show that Tyson Fury likes to talk the talk but don't walk the walk, just like a lot of the other boxers. He should step up to his own words and step in that ring with Usyk and take on the challenge, because I think that's in the heavyweight divisions. That's the only fight we really want to see. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Joey's saying, go, Gaz, very true. Obviously, I'm presuming that's responding to my comment about European trophies. Thanks for that, Joey. Rich Bo Sports is saying, whoa, Fanden, when I say these two are the best in the land, I'm talking strictly this season. All right, well, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that point of view. I'm not, like I say, mate. I'm not. I think they're at the minute in the league. They're showing the best in the league at the minute. The best in the league, the best thingy. But the reason I reacted to that, mate, is because you put the comment "best in the land." Well, when you comment about best in the land, to me, the land includes Wales and Scotland. And I'm sure that if we had Rangers fans in the chat, they would be arguing that they are the best in the land because of their trophy hoard, shall we say. And I'm sure Celtic fans would argue as well. So when you say best in the land, I consider that the entire UK. And like I say, for me, it's nothing against your comment, mate. I respect your opinion. They're the best in the league right now. They're the best in the English Football League, these two teams at this moment. But that doesn't make them the best in the land. So maybe just a bit of miscommunication by the way you've put your wording and the way I've responded to it. So my apologies and my bad. I take that as a fair criticism that I've misunderstood your comment, mate. But like I say, for me, when we start talking about the best in the land, you have to include Scotland. You have to include right across the UK, and you also have to include who has got the most success on the continent. Because, like I say, we're not. You're making a statement about best in the land. You're not saying best this season. If you'd have said best this season, then I would have totally understand where you're getting at, mate. But when you say something like best in the land, that automatically makes me think, well, hang on a minute. To be the best in the land, you have to win the top trophies, and the top trophies are the Premier League and most prestigiously the Champions League. That gives you a real right as a fan to make that claim as being the best in the land. And the reason I'm reacting to that in the same way is because, like I've just said to you, mate, I've had this debate loads of times with Rangers fans because they like to claim that they're the best in the land because if you check their trophy history in the UK, they've won more trophies than anybody. They've got the biggest trophy tally in all clubs in the UK. They've won the most titles. They've won the most cups in the land. But they've won a majority of them are Scottish Cups and Scottish League Cups and the Scottish Premiership. But that doesn't make them the best in the land, because that makes them the best of the best of the rest in Scotland. It doesn't make them the best in the land, but because they've got the most titles in the UK more than any other UK club. They like to call themselves the best in the land. And I disagree with that. I disagree. The club that is the best in the or any club wanting to claim to be the best in the land needs to have won X amount of titles and won in Europe, the biggest competition in Europe. That's just my opinion. But like I say, my bad, misunderstanding your wording. Like I said, I only reacted like that because you said best in the land. And for me, that is a bold statement because it incorporates the entire UK, and it also incorporates the history of clubs as well, because you're saying best in the land. You're not saying best in the league. If you'd have said best in the league, you're right. At this moment in time, Man City and Arsenal are the best in the league at this moment in time. But that doesn't make them the best in the land. But that's just my opinion. You guys are well within your rights to argue differently. I will respect your opinion. I'm not saying I'm going to agree with it, but I'm respecting your opinion. And not only that, guys, this is a fantastic debate. This is why we want the channel. We want to have interesting, respectful debates where you guys come on, share your opinions. I share my opinion, and we end up with a debate. And hopefully, as we continue to build the channel, we'll get better debates going, because as we continue to build the channel, hopefully more of you guys might actually come on screen and have this debate. And then you can sit here like I am, getting passionate and express your passion and your emotion about what your thoughts are about your club and the football structure within the UK. But like I say, Richard, my bad, mate. If I've misinterpreted your words, that wasn't my intention. It was simply I reacted to you saying best in the land, and that was probably just came automatically because I've heard so many Rangers fans up in Glasgow saying the same statement. So I'm getting so used to hearing that statement now. When people say to me best in the land, straight away I argue, no, you're not the best in the land. No club is the best in the land. No club can claim to be the best in the land unless they won plenty of league titles and the European titles, to me. But that's just my opinion. You guys are more than well within your rights to argue with me, debate with me. I welcome it. Bring it on, guys. I love a passionate debate about stuff like this. The game has finished, guys. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best game during the full match, if we're honest. But it has sparked into life in the last 20 minutes, half an hour. But it's Man City who've come out on top with a 1-0 victory. And we did say it. We thought it was going to be a tight game, and it's proved to be that way. But the question is, obviously, Arsenal fans be disappointed to be out of the competition. But doesn't that give you guys more motivation now to give Man City a big piece of humble pie when you meet them in the league? Because obviously you guys maybe I'm sure Arsenal fans be very disappointed to go out of this competition because you guys have got a rich history in this competition. But like I say, for me, I think that Arsenal can use that to motivate to really give Man City a tough game in the league, and maybe a little bit of revenge as well. We'll have to see how that one goes. But yeah, like I say, thanks for that, Rich Pope Sports. And my apologies if I have misinterpreted your comment. Rich Paul Sports is saying, I forgot my YouTube manners. I've just realized I hadn't hit the like button. I've done it. So now, always a pleasure tuning in to Football Fan Den. Thank you very much, Rich Paul Sports. Really appreciate that, mate. And obviously, I also appreciate your passionate love for Arsenal as well. I know that you're a massive Arsenal fan, and I'll respect that massively, mate. You guys sticking up for your teams, rightly so. But obviously, I keep explaining it. I try to sit here as a neutral and look at the whole picture of football as best possible. But yeah, like I say, I wish you guys the very best for the rest of the season. And like I said, I really hope you guys do manage to win the Premier League title this season, because nothing against City. but they've been so dominant in the league the last couple of seasons that would be nice to see a different club win it, and I think it would be fantastic to see Arsenal back in Europe as well, so that you can finally try and put that monkey is monkey the right word? It's probably not the right word, so my apologies there. What's the word I'm looking for? Put the gremlins to bed, because obviously that is the one trophy that you guys would love to win that you haven't managed to win, and I will be definitely supporting you guys next season in the Champions League. To go for that trophy and really give your best efforts. And I think under Arteta, you guys have got a fantastic chance of finally getting your hands on that trophy at some point in the future. And thank you very much for that, Rich Ball Sports. Appreciate that, mate. Top man. That's a real football fan there for you guys. Rich Ball Sports, we've had a passionate debate. He's probably not liked everything I've said tonight, but he's respectful and honest and a decent football fan enough to take my opinion on board, even though he might not be liking it. So you've got to give massive respect to Rich Ball Sport there for still hitting that like button, even though he's probably not liked a lot of my comments this evening. But top man, Rich Ball Sports. Ben Powell, how's it going, mate? Nathan Ake scored. Yes, yeah, it was a good goal. And to be fair, we've been debating it, mate. A bit of a disappointing first half. It did finally spring into life in the second half. But yeah, absolutely, mate. Nathan Ake with the goal. And like I say, Ben Powell, welcome to the show, mate. Great to have you with us. And let us know. If I'm remembering rightly, yep, Nate, Ben, big, obviously, Bolton fan. Let us know, mate, if you're still there, whether you've got a score prediction for tomorrow's game against Charlton. I'm not looking forward to that game, to be honest, mate. I think it's going to be a tough ask for Bolton to go down there, but let's hope the players really rally themselves. But great to see you, Ben. Powell, thank you very much for coming, getting involved, mate. And like I say, welcome to the show. Joey is saying, you're funny, you guys, when you go on your little rants. I'm fun. Sorry, mate. I just get passionate. Like I say, you'll see it more. I'm sure you'll see more of me getting ranting when people say things to me that get my passions going about football. But yeah, as long as you guys are enjoying it, I suppose that's the main thing. Like I say, I always try to be respectful, but certain comments will spark my passions into life, and sometimes it's just maybe people wording their comments wrong that gets me fired up. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Joey. I'm glad to know that I'm entertaining you at least. So top man, thank you, mate. Rich Pro Sports is saying, absolutely agree. Liverpool and Man United have historically great records. Real Madrid, Barca, Bayern, Juventus, AC Milan are all well ahead of Arsenal. Yes, but that needs to change, mate. That's why I'm really hoping you guys get into the get the title won this season, get back into the Champions League, and then we can have more UK clubs with hopefully with trophy success in the Champions League. Yes, obviously it's great that United and Liverpool have got a rich history in Europe with winning European titles, and I'm sure that Liverpool fans and United fans, well, maybe not United fans because they've not won it as much, so they won't particularly want other clubs overtaking their record. But if they're good football fans, they should be wanting other UK football clubs to win the Champions League, because it just adds to the banter. It adds to the history for the UK clubs. So yeah, for me, as a football fan, and I'd like to think that most Liverpool fans would agree with this, and hopefully some United fans as well. That like I say, as also Chelsea. We can't forget Chelsea because they've also won the European Champions League as well a couple of times. So yeah, for me, like I say, the more UK clubs that win the Champions League, the better. because then we really do get to make a statement about being the strongest league in Europe with the most clubs, more clubs winning it. So yeah, mate. Honest, I like I say, with all respect, I know I might have got quite passionate tonight, but I really am being genuinely honest, mate. I want to see more more UK clubs win the Champions League. So when you guys get back into the Champions League next season, I will be supporting you guys as I do with all UK clubs that play in Europe. Always wanting UK clubs to do the best, and one of them, preferably to win that title to stop the European clubs winning it, especially the likes of Real Madrid, because with all respect to all the European clubs, with the success that they've had in the competition, we want to see it added to. We want to see more Champions League titles coming back to the UK, and I don't care which clubs bring it back, as long as it is UK clubs bringing that title back. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Rich Ball Sport. Enjoyed having the debate with you, to be fair, tonight, mate. Mini Mo is saying, wonder what the odds are, AK Aka, sorry, getting the winner was. Yeah, that's a good question, mate. To be fair, I think, like I said, I think I think we're all a little bit disappointed with the lack of efforts on goal from both teams until that final half an hour where the game started to spring into life. And like I say, Richard Maker made a fantastic. Rich Pole Sports, obviously, made a fantastic comment early on about the teams, both teams, maybe showing respect to each other and stuff. Well, that was a great comment, because maybe if that was the case, if Rich Bow Sports is actually correct with that, then maybe the Arsenal players are going into that dressing room now regretting that, regretting having that respect. I'm not saying they shouldn't have respect for each other, but regretting showing so much respect to Man City in the first half and not just going for it. Because let's be honest, that is the best way to beat City. If you just go for it, as we've seen when they played difficult games in the Champions League, Man City's weakness has always been that they don't like playing against teams that will attack them at speed. And that's cost them a few times in the Champions League. And like I say, it's one that maybe Arsenal should have took a bit more consideration at. If you play fast football, attacking football, really put Man City on the back foot right from the first whistle, then you can get a result against them. But yeah, thanks for that, Minimo. Appreciate that. It's a great comment, mate. You're probably right. I bet there was some great opportunities to get some good to potentially get some good money if you betted the correct player for scoring. Rich Bow Sports is saying, I've got to say, I'm quietly impressed with how Arsenal looked against Man City. I think Arteta's team have sent another message to City and others. A long way to go in the FA Cup and League. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Like I say, well, that's that's a fair comment, like I said. But for me, I think I've said it a few times tonight. I think the first half, maybe Rich Pro Sports was correct about them both clubs approaching the game cautiously. That's probably the best way to describe it in that first half. And it resulted in what ended up being an itty-bitty first half. And it even when it restarted in the second half, it still took a good 15, 20 minutes before the teams really got themselves going. And it made for a bit of a disappointing game overall, and not that it wasn't a good to watch or whatever, but obviously when we see these two teams, we know how good they can play. We want to see that they both play their best football, and we end up with an end-to-end game that's enjoyable for us to watch, and with lots of goal scoring opportunities. But yeah, like I say, Rich Bow Sports, you being an Arsenal fan, you watch them every week. So if you've managed to notice things in that game that impressed you from Arsenal, then that is awesome. And like I say, mate, It's could be a perfect recipe tonight's game for to motivate Arsenal to maybe really hit Man City on the front foot right from the start in the next game. In the next game in the league. So yeah, thanks for that, Rich Bow Sports. Great comment there, mate. Mini Mo is saying, hope my game tomorrow is better than this. Thanks for tonight, guys. Top match that tomorrow, mate. That could be a really good end-to-end game between Hibs and Aberdeen. So yeah, absolutely, mate. I hope you enjoy that game, and obviously it'd be also great to for you to enjoy your weekend with a positive result against against Aberdeen. Aberdeen, very unpredictable, aren't they, mate? They're very unpredictable. What you're going to get? Are they going to turn up and play? Are they going to turn up and be disappointing? But you guys obviously playing at home advantage might make the difference. So yeah, but thank you very much, Minimo. Really appreciate the positivity, mate, and really appreciate you getting involved, mate, tonight as well. And hopefully you enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate, and look after yourself, stay safe, and hopefully see you again soon. Joey is saying, who you got, Minimo? They're playing Aberdeen tomorrow, Hibernian. Yep, there's Minimo answering. Hibernian v Aberdeen tomorrow. Whichever manager loses gets the sack. Right, well, we had a game like that the other week, didn't we, with West Ham and Everton last weekend, wasn't it? And it did cost Lampard his job. Disappointing, in it, guys, that we see managers ending up in the position where they're job riding on one result. But yeah, like I say, hopefully, minute more, you guys get a positive result in that and be able to march up the league a bit further. Thanks for that, mate. Joey's saying, "Oh no, that's not good." The good thing they've got to play them at some point, haven't they, mate? So it's a good thing that it's home advantage for Hibernian. So it should hopefully that counts for something. But thanks for that, Joey. Billy, random clips. Man City showing they've got a lot more in the tank. And welcome to the show, Billy. Great to have you with us, mate. Yeah, like I said, I think both teams showed little spells of goodness. But I think we'll be all looking forward to when they play each other in the league, to be honest, and hope that that maybe that game was good for them both feeling each other out, because as Rich Bolt Sports said earlier, there seemed to be an element of respect coming from each team in that first half, and maybe that was what made the game a little bit less dramatic and a little bit less entertaining. But like I said, hopefully both teams learn from that when they meet each other in the league. And we have a lot more of an exciting game. I'm not saying they shouldn't respect each other. Absolutely, they should respect each other. But they should also compete. They should also give each other that respect by giving it everything and competing the best of their ability. But yeah, massive thanks, Billy. Random Clips, great to have you dropping in tonight. And hopefully you are okay, mate. Thanks for that. Rich Bow Sports is saying Hibs and Aberdeen sounds like they don't have a Frank Lampard. Wasn't he a manager that held on to his post because of his name and football playing days? No. I'm presuming you're talking about Lampard there, mate. No. Well, I'm not an expert, but what I read, the reason, if you do the research, mate, the reason that Lampard kept his job so much was that the chairman of Everton come out and quite openly, he released a statement. I think it was about a month or two ago. He released a statement saying why he was giving Lampard because he felt he'd made mistakes with previous managers, sacking them too early, coming because he was being influenced by fan pressure. He actually came out and admitted that in a public statement that he'd sacked previous managers because he felt pressured to do so from the fans. So I think that this time you make a great point, mate. You make a great point. That could be some element of it. Maybe the chairman wanted Frank Lampard to be a bit more successful, wanted a bit more for Lampard to be a success rather than previous managers. But like I say, the chairman did release a statement saying that he'd give Lampard longer because previous managers he felt he'd sacked being because he'd allowed himself to be influenced by pressure coming from the fans protesting and stuff like that. So, like I say, whether he's being honest, I don't know. I'm just sharing with you guys what I read a while back. But thank you very much for that, Rich Bo Sports. It's a great theory, mate, and there may be some truth to that theory. But like I say, if we're to believe what the Everton chairman said, then he claims he gave he gave Lampard slightly longer because he felt he'd been influenced too much by fan protests sacking previous managers. Had a bit of a frog in the throat. Billy Random Clip saying Man City message to Arsenal is don't get too excited. Yeah, well, yeah, that's fair enough. That's obviously Billy looking for the humour in that fixture. So yeah, top man, I like that. That's cool. Maybe Arsenal are saying the same thing as well. That you could argue, but yeah. Billy Random Clips also saying Sean Dyche is now Everton manager. Yeah, I'd heard that just earlier on that he'd been given the manager's job at Everton. I think it's a dangerous job for him, to be honest. He's got a good reputation in football at the minute, and I think it's just my opinion, guys, but I think the Everton job is very much a gamble for managers because, let's be honest, there's a lot of unrest at the club. You've got the board that don't seem to be making decisions based on their own confidence. You've got fans protesting regularly now. It's been going on for a couple of seasons. You've also got the club under massive pressure because of the money being spent on the new stadium. There's the list goes on. I don't think we've ever seen a Premier League club in so much pressure for so many different reasons. New stadium, fans not happy with the owners, fans not happy with the team, the risk of going down and being relegated, adding more pressure to it, managers that get sacked, on a whim, no manager guaranteed to keep his job there. The list just goes on. Like I say, with so many factors that we could point out at the minute that's wrong with taking the manager's job at Everton. So, and Sean Dyche is a manager that I do like a lot. I think he's got massive potential, and I'm glad to see that he's getting the opportunity at a bigger club. I'm just not sure Everton is the right club. I don't think Everton is the right club for any manager. For me, it's a dangerous job. It can damage your reputation, and it might not be because of your own fault as a manager when you've got players. To me, that Everton dressing room is an absolute disgrace because it's definitely clear it's happened with a couple of managers that some of them players in that dressing room just down tools. They don't like the instructions being given to them by the manager, and they seem to just down tools. I'm not saying it's all the players, but I think there's definitely an element of players in there that have got a bad attitude. Just don't show enough respect to work hard for the team, for the fans, and for the manager. And it's just not acceptable to keep having managers being put under that kind of pressure because you've got players that don't want to put a shift in. And as long as you've got disharmony between the fans and the owners and the board, it means that there's nobody never looking at the players for faults. So the players are easy to make the manager the scapegoat. And that's just my opinion. Let me know, guys, if you think any different. But for me, like I say, I think that Everton's job is a very dangerous job for any manager. And the reason I say it's dangerous is because it can damage their reputation. Because it's a poison trellis, isn't it? You've got, like I say, you've got fans not happy with the owners, owners not knowing how to react to the fans, the board not making decisions based on their own confidence, as well as the financial pressure that the club is going to be coming under with the investment in the new stadium. So, like I say, there's a lot of factors going on at Everton that make the job a very dangerous job for any manager that takes over. But yeah, thanks for that, Billy. We'll have to see how he does. Hopefully, he does do well for Everton. But it's a difficult ask, in it. It's a really difficult ask. He's going into the snake pit there, if you ask me. Billy Random Clips is saying, I'm getting tired. Good night. Have a nice evening. No worries, mate. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to be jumping off very soon and calling it a night. Got preparation to do for tomorrow's streams. And obviously, I've been at work today as well, so I'm quite tired myself, mate. But thank you very much, Billy. Appreciate you dropping in and coming, getting involved. Always a pleasure to have you involved in the chat, mate. And thank you very much. And hopefully you have enjoyed the rest of your evening. And also, you guys have a good weekend of football. I'm just going to see who Chelsea got this weekend. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, hang on a minute. Chelsea not playing. Chelsea not playing this weekend. No sign of Chelsea playing. Let me just quickly check, double check that. Yep, Chelsea not playing this weekend. Why Chelsea not playing this weekend? Surely they can't be out of the cup already, can they? Did they get knocked out in the previous round and I'm forgetting? But yeah, thank you, Billy. And like I say, mate, enjoy the rest of your evening and hopefully might see you again on one of the streams over the weekend. Look after yourself, mate. All the best. Joey, thanks, guys. Have a good evening. Top man, Joey, thanks a lot, mate. Look after yourself and enjoy the rest of your evening. And hopefully see you guys again at some point over the weekend on the streams. But really, really appreciate you guys coming, getting involved tonight and making the chat interesting. Apologies if you guys thought I was getting a bit too passionate earlier, but I suppose that's some of what you want to see on the show as well. But yeah, like I said, Joey, thank you very much. Look after yourself. Enjoy the rest of your night. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon on the rest of over the weekend. But yeah, I'm going to call it a night, I think, now as well, because like I said, got things to do, prepare tomorrow, and I don't really want to be sat up tonight until the early hours making thumbnail edits for the streams this weekend. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Look after yourself. Enjoy the rest of your night, and like I say, hopefully I'll see you guys again soon over the weekend. All the best, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.